and Clay here from the Full Spectrum Healing Company, who are brokers or manufacturer representative. That's it. It's Tommy Boy.
We want to actually get away from that term.
Right.
It's kind of a negative term throughout the industry. So when people ask me if we are or not, I tend to go away from that and go with manufacturer rep.
Your manufacturer rep.
It seems that there's a markup, the customer's going to have to endure in dealing with the broker, and that's not the case with us. If you deal with us or with the manufacturer rep, you're going to pay the same price.
So you're an extension of their sales team, basically.
Right. They can do stuff they don't have time to do and probably don't want to do.
That's the only way it's ever going to work.
That's right.
You
don't have enough time.
You can't have, right.
And we don't either. So
it's a good problem to have, though.
We have a lot of great problems.
The long-term mission is for us to be a statewide distribution company. But until, like we talked about in the first segment, until the legalities are there for us to be a wholesale and distribution company, that's how we have to go by and go.
That's perfectly like that, CD. You got it, bro.
So we're going back to U.S. cannabis pharma here.
Yeah, we're talking about
1937 is their distillate line, and the 1937 line has also released Shatter.
So why 1937? Why does everybody know why 1937 is? Or hey, Jeremy.
I'm going to grab the inside of this because let's put this in
there you go. It's the Marijuana Tax Act.
Yeah.
And Anslinger and everybody like that. We've got a bunch of different. There you go. Give us that on the GoPro.
Drop us down so they can see that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect.
There you go. So let's see if I can read this thing. The Marijuana Tax Act is a U.S. federal law that imposes a tax on the sale of cannabis, hemp, or marijuana. This is one of the first acknowledgments by the U.S. government of the new and notorious plant known as marijuana. Before this, it was commonly referred to as hemp or cannabis sativa, and was often found in over-the-counter pharmaceutical products like cough syrups, originally passed to levy taxes on hemp products, and on commercial sale of cannabis products, farmers could acquire tax stamps, which is the way that everybody would, they'd actually put you in jail for it because you didn't have your tax stamp. Farmers could acquire tax stamps for the cultivation of fiber hemp. Physicians would be charged a tax for prescribing cannabis, and pharmacists would be required to pay a tax for selling cannabis. And that's Henry Anslinger and all those, and William Randolph Hearst, that mother. So they did it all. They did it all for not for the patients.
Themselves.
Not for the patients.
No, not for the
No,
patients.
they did it for the profits. And so now we've got a chance to revive history. And one of the companies that's really stepping up for the patients and all that is 1937. And that's who we were showing the bath salts with earlier, was the U.S. Cannabis Pharma, which was, I'll put that right in there, put that right over top of Robert's head there.
Oh, no.
There you go. And that was the different bath salts and all that. And then they've got we were talking about Shatter Don't Matter wax to the max. There is some of their wax, which is when we opened up the container that it was in, it just, the terps were just all over the place. They were just
smelled great.
You got some on you, didn't you?
I did. It slapped me upside my nose.
Upside nose. So what else do we have from? I'm going to do a dab of this. Tell us something else we have of the 1937. Or we talked about all the lotions, right, and all that. Oh, here's one. Tell us what we have here.
That is a distillate syringe.
Hold that,
so we talked about the vape cart as well. The same distillate is in the syringe. They come in 1 gram syringes, 1 gram vape carts, and half-gram vape carts. We talked about how they use the C-cell. They've gone to the actual carts that work. They drain all the way to the bottom. You can smoke
well, this
them
is
all
for
the way down.
Right. This is for injecting the marijuanas, right? This is, I always kind of joke on the.
I think there's numerous ways you can use this. So they use this for making moon rocks. You can use this for making. I love the new term they've coined, thunder sticks. You can use that to make thunder sticks.
What is a thunder stick? I'm not familiar with.
It's like a moon rock, but it's a pre-roll.
And then they crush it up, right?
You roll it in keef, so it's just like a moon rock, but it's a.
They roll it in or paint it in like distillate, or they'll put oil on it, and then they roll it in keef, just like they would a moon rock, except for it's a pre-roller. It's a rolled J.
Right, and you can also drop this right on a hot nail. You can do anything you want
Absolutely.
with it right here. The wedding cake hybrid. I got news for you that if you're a dabber and you want some flavor, go 1937 GSC Girl Scout cookies right there.
There's 30 different flavors on the flavors on the carts and the
30
syringes.
different flavors.
30 different flavors, and they have
Wow.
5 that are actually 1-to-1s as well that we've just
You
put
can
out. So.
scroll through some of those, but I don't want any of the. Please
Yeah. So here's
Jeremy Lucky says he's using a 1937 cart right now.
hot
too.
dog, Jeremy. Shout out to Jeremy. Way to go.
They've recently added their 1-for-1s as well, so they do have 1-for-1 carts.
Look at all those choices.
The
Yeah,
glue,
they,
the
and
cookies,
They keep up, man. It's-
Granddaddy Perp, Purple Blue Dream, Obama Kush.
Skittles.
I got a feeling Obama Kush doesn't sell good around here, but I'm just guessing. But
Actually, it does sell a lot, but then there are some
What?
people that say we don't want it. So,
It's the
Yeah.
I
It's
think
there
it's the
if
areas
they
you
want
and
gotta
if they don't
Well,
want it, go right to the Skittles. That you
Or just go
can't
get
go
you some Snoop
wrong
Dogg.
with the Skittles. The Skittles is always bomb.
Yep.
Snoop Dogg, Mango, Afghani. Maybe that was some of your stuff there, Robert. You
9
maybe
pound
go
hammer.
chime through there. That's 9-pound.
To be
hammer.
honest with you, I'm a huge fan of Afghani, Hash Plant, and Mazari Sharif. So
the Skywalker, that's the one you guys tried earlier.
Isn't that a Jinxie hybrid, the 9-pound hammer? I want to say it is, but I'm not sure. Shout out to Jinxie if that's actually them. It's Obama Kush 1-to-1, Girl Stack Cookies, Amnesia Core, just all kinds of different flavors. If you're local,
Trainwreck.
if your local dispensary, because that's the beautiful thing about what's going on in the vape world, is the all kinds of different flavors. You got the different brands are going on. So if your local place isn't carrying 1937, you should definitely give Robert or Clay a call. Here's their numbers. We'll give you.
We'll get you hooked up. We'll,
let's
we
talk
deliver
about them
too.
for
So
a second. Oh, we even got that lined up. Look at that. That's almost like that's analog. That's old school graphics there.
but you can't see the end there. Last number is a secret.
We're gonna get it in there. Get it
There you
in there,
go.
Larry. There you go.
Now
Bam.
they could call us. Call Robert. If he doesn't answer, give me a ring.
There you go.
You can find us on Facebook, Full Spectrum Healing.
Just everything there. So what else? Who else is here?
We have a couple more things over there to talk
Yeah, we
about.
got
I thought we talked.
There's
They
some
have a
lip
lip
balm.
balm.
There we got lip
Oh, the
balm.
lip balm. Where's
They have
oh.
tonics. We need to
That
talk
little
about the
one right there.
Yeah,
tonics
the
before we're done.
tonics.
Yeah, the tonics too.
I've
Bring
saw
those over.
I've saw some folks pouring those tonics into their drinks.
Those are very popular. Well, I think we might have touched on that shortly, but we didn't really get
Some
into
lip
it. But
balm. I bet that'll
a
make the
tiny
lips
punch
feel
of power
real.
right there. It's a very
Lemon
nice
mint.
packaging.
I have so much good results from cannabis in my skin when I rub it on my skin, as far as using it as a cream or something to keep me nice and smooth, and when I get out of my bath salts and all that there, Miss Chronic, you know what I'm saying?
Watch out now.
So that's pretty awesome. And what's it look like on the inside? It's just like a regular.
Yep, just open it on up there, yeah, if you can.
Give it to the girl. I can do it.
I bet you can.
We'll see if I can't do it. It's gonna be a problem.
Well, my hands are all slippery.
Yeah, you've been doing.
I'm a
things.
slippery kind of guy.
You've been messing with that wax.
Well, that, and it's first time opening the jar.
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe we need a
So we'll get
demonstration.
that to open.
Let's,
How
cut
many
right
weeders
now.
does it take to open the thing of lip balm?
That's it. Run around the.
If you can open the lip balm, it's very good. Very good
We'll need to pass it to you in a moment. Oh, there
Oh,
you got,
you got
it.
it.
Oh, there it is.
At all costs.
There we go. Bam.
That's nice.
So you need at least 2 other people with you when you're opening the balm.
Yes.
Make sure one of you can do it.
Smells good.
Let me smell it.
Smells good. And then we've got the
200 milligram lotion. They also
I just
have a
rubbed some
500
of that on my
milligram lotion
knees.
as well.
They're starting to feel better.
Yep, she just got a
You
little
already feel
Medicaid
it,
on her
can't
last
you?
break.
Gotta love that about U.S. Cannabis Farm and their products. They sink in incredibly fast. We'll talk about the tincture here in a minute. I use the tincture. I told you I have some PTSD. I used some of their tinctures when I first started working with them, and they work great.
That's the money shot right there. U.S. Cannabis Pharma and 1937 in that same one right there. Beautiful. There
And
you
they're
go.
doing it right.
They are. and it's beautiful packaging and everything that you could ever possibly want on the side there. I guess that 800-222-1222 is the was it poison prevention line or something like that?
That
Is
goes
that
to
where that?
me.
No, it doesn't. It's
Just
for
kidding.
accidental ingestion. You don't want those phone calls, Ms.
No, I
Cronin.
don't. Not if it's
You don't want
no,
those
I don't
ones.
want that one.
No, definitely keep out of reach of children and all that kind of good stuff. THC oil contains cannabis cannabinoids. This include natural terpenoids, CBD, CBDA, CBG, CBC, CBN, THCA, THCA, THCV. Cannabis oil sourced from organically grown Oklahoma cannabis. That right there is like, wow. Oklahoma cannabis.
I love that for sure.
Right? That's like who would ever thunk that?
That's what we're all going for.
Would
know?
you?
That's one thing I want to encourage in the industry is I want people to start terming the coin cannabis and start getting the slang terms away. Let's make this let's clean it up a little bit.
I totally
we're not
agree.
selling on the street anymore.
And
This is an industry. It's medical. It's cannabis. Cannabis will be what becomes hemp. You know, let's make it an industry.
Right, and it also changes the paradigm because the word marijuana is associated with so many negative things. Whereas if people will just stop calling it marijuana and actually call it what it is, which is cannabis, it changes everybody's perspective. And you know, there's a lot of people out there that would say, I know that marijuana stuff, but I'm okay with cannabis.
Grab that
You know, and
flavor.
it's like,
The other
That's
flavor.
a perfect shot right there to explain what he's talking about. Let's go back to that tax act.
There
Let's
you
get
go.
the dirty terms that were used during the prohibition time out of it, and let's get back to the proper terms that should be used for the plant.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Totally.
last tonic you're looking at, I believe, was a 200 milligram.
Yes.
They also have the 100 milligram. There's
Okay.
4 flavors in each of the offerings. You have the strawberry, watermelon, orange, and mango. Very popular item here. We're getting lots of reorders
And so,
and
what
requests.
you just put that on like some
You just drink it
Sprite,
straight.
7
You
Up,
put in
or
some Sprite, probably best. Drink it straight.
Ice cream.
Depending on your tolerance, you know, little shots.
Ice cream. Can you put on ice cream?
I mean, you can do anything you want to do.
Yes, you can. And one of the other thing that's really going to help with it is that ice cream is going to be another emulsifier. So that once it goes down into your system, you're probably going to get a little bit of better value out of your tonics and stuff like that if you have things that are in your belly that will help you absorb more of it rather than sending it out the back door, or so they should say. You know what I mean? So that's pretty good. That the Oklahoma tonic, again, packaging is just stellar. And then do they make these gummies, or is that somebody else?
Yep, that is their gummies.
That is
as
them
well.
too. Look at that. Now there you go. I always thought that people that made gummies should just like make them, they say, like drugs, and make them look like skulls and stuff like that, so that there's no question we're not trying to sell these to kids. But what they've done right here, over here that's American, or is that 19? Which one? All right, there we go.
1937.
1937 version of Sweetos. Is that the way you call it? Sweetos. Sweetos.
Sweetos.
That's what I wear usually when I go swimming. Is I wear those Sweetos.
I
Oh no,
can't
that's
wait to see you
Speedos.
over
That's
at
it.
So they're
Green
15
Retreat.
milligrams a piece. There's 10 in a pack, so 150 milligram pack.
There you go, and there's 10 in a pack. So normally, like Miss Chronic, you're usually like a 10.
Yep.
So you got 15 bangaroos out of there.
It'll last me a while.
You're ready to go. There you go. That's a lot of bowling. It's a lot of bowling, a lot of moving furniture there for you. Miss Chronic out there getting the furniture today.
Yeah.
There you go. They even make them that they say I'm upside down. So, well, that's awesome. And so how many in a pack? So I guess 10, right?
Yeah, 10.
There you go. I wonder how they package them there, if they got somebody counting them out, because it would be like one for you and one for me. One for you, one for me.
That's why you don't get that.
I know they
strawberry.
don't let me in the
Can't have that one.
factories.
Get the ones, the squeeze tops. Let's see what those are.
Yeah, they get the tinctures there.
Oh, there you go.
Get one of each. There's
Water
2 different kinds
soluble. So tell us a little bit more about the water solubility thing. That's one of
That's where you're getting into the nanotechnology and all that as well on the water soluble side.
They bind it to a liquid or a lipid that will break down in water.
and then that way you don't need the shaky shake. It's not going to be all spewed out in the bottom and stuck to the
So
jar.
how do I, if I buy
anything
this,
like that.
how am I going to medicate with it?
Sublingual.
Under your tongue.
Just under your tongue.
Yeah.
With the water soluble, you can also use it to cook.
Okay.
Cooking.
That's one of the best things about the water soluble is that it does break down whenever you put it into water. So anything you can use with water, you can put it into as well.
Okay.
And then other
So the
tincture
infused
that they
cooking
have,
that everyone's talking about they're doing, they would use this type of product to
you can use that one.
infuse
There's
it.
also an oil-based one. The other tincture there that the dabber top on it.
There we go.
There you go. Is that's the other kind. So they have a 1-for-1. They have a THC only.
Which is THC only, is what you have right there.
Okay.
600 milligram.
They offer that same in a 1-for-1. They do 600 milligram, 1200 milligram, and 1800 milligram. And then they have a water soluble that is 600 milligrams and 1500 milligrams. And they offer those in a 1-for-1 as well. They do an original flavor, or if you're going to put it under your tongue, a mint flavor, because the water soluble sometimes doesn't taste good to some people, kind of chalky. But that's why it's good for especially if you're using any kind of cooking or teas, coffees.
Okay.
You can drop the water soluble in there, make like a bulletproof coffee. I've done the same with the oil-based kind as well. I've put it in coffee, and it's a very good delivery system.
Okay. And then
put
not
in
to
my-
mention you had this one
My
too.
yerba
this,
mate.
this Coke.
Speaking of coffee,
So if you really wanted
Focus.
to dose up your scissor tail coffee,
Oh, this is Justin over at Scissortail.
Oh, I went to a
Yep,
different
Justin.
brand. Sorry,
Right.
I just knew that was
Justin
coffee.
Rice.
Yep, this is Justin. Shout out to Justin, man. Come on, dude, where you at?
We got you though. We're repping the Scissortail, so we've been
Yeah.
helping those guys out a little bit here lately, and just kind of getting rolling with them, but getting some.
I just want to medicate with
Word
him.
out.
That's what I met him at the Green Grow or the
Green Expo, maybe?
the
Green Grow Expo?
entrepreneurial learning center there. I met him at a gathering one night. I
That's
think I might
actually how I
have
met
you
them
guys.
as well. We were out of the
As
gathering.
a matter of fact,
you know,
I
same
actually
thing.
probably think I have your card.
Probably.
so they
Thought I met
use
you right there.
they have 2 different sizes. They have this is the 8 ounce for 35 milligrams of THC. They have a 4 ounce that has 15 milligrams of THC. And I've tried them. I liked them beforehand. I was telling Clay, man, we need to find some scissor tail. And then he gave a call out to Clay, and we teamed up, and we're starting to
And bam,
help
there you
deliver
have
them
it.
around as well. They're a wonderful product. You guys should.
Yeah, we've been to. I mean, meeting those guys early on. Back before all this flipped, I was doing CBD infused honey sticks, which I still have. And was pushing those around. That's how I really kind of got my start, and met those guys in those early times and those events that we'd go to. So just met a lot of key people that over long term has turned into business relationships, and pretty much what all you see here is based off of those interactions. So if you're looking to get involved, that's what you need to do. You just need to get involved, place yourself in an uncomfortable situation, perhaps of reaching out and getting out of your comfort zone and meeting people within the industry and going to mixers, and because that's where it all begins. And a lot of my relationships began from those relationships.
Absolutely.
So it's so important.
Absolutely, and if I do believe, if we can get a confirmation on this later about Justin, is he's his method of extraction is all bubble hash, and so
Yes.
he uses all solventless to make everything that he's got, and so you can be assured that, because with solventless you don't, even though you need a test, you don't need a test because there's no solvent in it, and so there's never any chance of it in there. It's totally goodness to be putting into your body, and so shout out to Justin and his Scissortail Essentials there.
Drew and Chris as well over there at Scissortail.
They are over there at Scissortail too. Yeah, I never met there. They wouldn't let.
And so
Don't
this
let
is
me
all a
certain
goodie
people.
bag for us to go.
Yeah, there you go.
This is all for us.
There you go.
So
So
it's a smorgasbord.
That
that's for
it's a
sure.
dream. It's a dream.
and so what do we have left to walk through here?
Oh, we didn't
Emerald
talk.
Leaf.
We didn't
Emerald
talk
Leaf
through-
at all?
yeah.
Let's go touch on Emerald Leaf. They're a wonderful product.
Yeah.
We kind of previewed a little bit of the
We did a little bit
chocolates
of the
earlier
chocolate
in
preview
the
there.
previous segment, but it's good to roll back through.
Oh, there we
Let's
go.
do the
There we got
chocolates.
out of order. Oh, there you go, Miss Chronic. You want to hold them up?
Okay.
You got the.
Where am I at?
Line
Now
up
these
for
that
here.
we have are 50 milligram. There's 2 squares
even.
actually. If you pull it all the way out,
There
there's
we
2
go.
of those
You wanna just,
squares, so
like, lay it
25
down on the ground
apiece.
each time, and then I can go.
You can go bam.
This is the mint chocolate. There's 3 other flavors as well that we'll
There
be
you go.
showing you.
That's the mint.
And again, 50 milligrams. There is a 100 milligram package as well. It'd be 50/50. That's a special request, but we are open to making those A lot of people are looking for a higher dose.
I love the caramel chocolate version. I got to say that I think caramel and coffee and things like that really accentuate the cannabis the cannabis flavor. Are these made with full plant, or are these made with on the distillate
These
side?
are distillate, and it's actually a sativa-based distillate. They're using Golden Goat on these runs.
The goat.
Sativa-based distillate. So at least we know it's strain specific. That's nice. Patients like to know what they're
What
putting
is
in.
fire chocolate exactly?
That one is actually
A little bit
Probably
spicy or
jalapeno.
something?
it's just spicier, a little peppermint in it.
Oh, okay.
There's been some different versions out there. I think initially it started out as like a ghost pepper or whatever, the hottest pepper there is out there.
Scares me a little.
It's not the ghost pepper. It was something else. I forgot what it was. But they've kind of toned it down to more of a pepperminty, cinnamon.
With a roast flavor. That's
Yeah.
you'd be roasting. 50 milligram for that whole bar there. That's pretty
so
good,
there's
huh?
2 squares in there, and there's 25 a piece. So.
That's good. So it gives you a nice chocolatey flavor and gets you a little bit on the sweet side rather than just eating some of the.
Now we realize these are gummy bears on here, and so do they. They're in the middle of changing their molds to more of the other one that we saw, but I can tell you that the product is. Go ahead. Yep. There you go. There's taste
Get it,
testing.
Larry.
Oh my God! He lost
Take
his
the
head.
head
You
off.
know, just been a
I don't know
pride
what happened to
committed.
that
Oh,
little
God.
bear. He's half
My
gone
bear.
now.
25
Torn in
milligrams a
half.
gummy.
25 milligrams. Yep, absolutely. You can really
There's,
taste the flavor in it. You can taste the THC in it.
Yeah, you can.
It's there.
Shaboom!
Yeah, and very good. So if, I know Robert has firsthand experience. He really likes them. You want to
But it's not. It's not overpowering. It's a distillate in there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
so it's not a.
because it's a sativa. It's not. It doesn't put you on the couch. So I went out and had a good experience. We went out to Whiskey Chicks, and I have some PTSD, so I have some crowd issues, if you
They're
can only
same thing.
imagine.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And
Latest one is
so
10,
I took
one's
2 of the
5.
gummies before I went, and actually shared 2 of the gummies with a pretty famous rock star, and we sat there dancing at Whiskey Chicks for until about 2 in the morning.
Willie
Barely
Nelson.
even
Is that who you're
drinking.
talking about?
No, I wish.
Because we got we don't have Willie. We got Snoop and Cheech and Chong. They're in the
They're
back.
in the back.
There. Yeah,
We
got
bring
a
them
little
out for a
window
photo
back
op
there.
later.
Room right now.
And so it was a good
earlier.
experience at Whiskey Chicks dancing the.
Yeah, had no issues with the crowd. The
Right.
sativa had me active, so I wasn't tired.
Right.
We were dancing away, didn't care. It's a really good. It works really well. If you have any anxiety problems, depression problems, that's what you're gearing for. Daytime use when you're trying to be awake and active and need to work. As long as you're not using any heavy machinery.
Now what is this?
Right, right.
The
Rice Krispie treats.
This is a 50 milligram cereal bar
Oh, it's
from
the
Emerald Leaf.
see
It's just the original Rice Krispie with the vanilla icing on
Now
it.
this one looks.
they call me the serial
yummy.
killer because I get high and I eat a whole box.
So that is the one thing about edibles. I always eat one and then I get the munchies.
It's terrible.
And then I get hungry and there's more edibles there
Yeah.
and then I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
That's
a
a
repetitive
s'mores bar right
cycle.
there. That's
of,
one that I haven't seen out.
This is
So
a song that
I'm excited about having a
never
s'mores bar
ends.
offering.
And that's when my head feels like I've lost it on the axis, and you just start with the head rolls, and then it's like it's time to go to bed.
And
I'm
then
outta here.
here's the
I'm outta here.
famous Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles in the
I don't think you can
house.
say Fruity Pebbles, but you can say it.
Well, they say Fruity Pebbles right on that.
Oh, it says Fruity Pebbles right on there, so we might as
I
well
said
go
the
with
same
Fruity
thing,
Pebbles.
but,
I was
we're
like,
rolling
yeah,
with
okay,
it.
that's. I don't think Post is
at the
coming
end of the day,
after.
we're representing the
By the time they
manufacturer, what
by the time
wanna
they
do.
figure it out, they'll all be gone.
If
We'll
it-
have ate them all.
Well, see, at this point, it's the manufacturer. Whenever the new laws come out,
Right.
it's for them to get into compliance. We're just, like we talked about, we sell, we represent, we distribute,
distribute.
deliver.
And we distribute, we don't hold items when we have multiple deliveries from multiple vendors. We usually just deliver as we get it, receive it.
First come, first serve. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go.
So if we show up without product, it's not because we didn't want to sell it to you. It's because we just weren't able to obtain it at that time. So we will get it to you just the next time we can. Right?
Now, what's
So
a shelf life on these type of edibles?
usually on a cereal bar, you're looking at 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, somewhere in there.
The chocolates are a little bit longer.
The chocolates are just indefinite, really. I mean, you're not.
The gummies are
yeah,
too,
the gummies
right?
are too. If they're done right, they shouldn't mold or anything. They should be indefinite. So
I think that's it.
the only issues you're going to have on edibles are when you get into brownies and cereal bars, and so we tend to make these more to order. So if somebody puts an order in, that way they'll have the full shelf life. We're not showing up there with a 2-week-old thing and say, hey, they're about done. So
we have they have suckers as well. I want to make sure we talk about
the suckers. I'm so bummed.
Yeah, so the suckers are made to order, and I'm sorry we forgot to bring samples for everybody to see.
We had them. They gave them to us, but we just we had a lot.
It's madness right now.
So, but they are incredible. I'll tell you that. They're 25 milligrams. I'll probably have a picture of them on my phone, but my phone's about to die. Anyway, there's 25 milligrams. We have a caramel apple, so it's a green apple sucker covered in caramel, just like it sounds.
Oh, that does sound nice.
Actually, I'm pretty sure there's pictures of them on our Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
He's on it.
He's on it.
He's getting on it right now.
Christian's on it. He's all over it. Yeah, so they have the caramel green apple. They have a cherry, a grape, and a cinnamon. And those are we're taking pre-orders now for those. We're going to be probably launching next week. We heard Wednesday, Thursday next week we'll actually have product in our hand. So
right now
seems to be a really good buzz about those, from all the product we've been putting out. People are really responding to the sucker.
There you go.
There we go.
That's a terrible picture, but hey, that's the best we have right now.
And it's off a phone, but hey.
It's off a phone.
And it's nice with the sucker because you can just suck on it and then put it down for a little bit and then go back to it and work it on.
It's
a
completely
bit more
different effect too. Going sublingually. You're not ingesting it, and, so it gives you a little different effect. But very popular.
Right. No, that's there was so many different shapes and flavors and sizes of all the stuff. It's pretty amazing. You'd be able to find anything that under the sun, and that's really what you try to do is to just go around, look for your local specials, try a little bit of it, right, and then see what happens after that. And I know the different ways and all that. We were talking about that and how that comes down into the future. On what do you guys see as the future of cannabis? Now you guys are kind of up to your elbows in it, and you've gone full investment. We were talking about this a little bit before, and you think there'll still be flowers in the future, or?
Well, there's always going to be flower. That's the derivative of everything we're doing, right? But the popularity I feel of flower is kind of decreasing. People are like the edibles. I think people like the kind of incognito. You have the vape pens now. You can't even smell it. That's you have the edibles. Nobody can tell that you're doing it. You can talk to somebody just normally, and they would never know. That you would be medicating.
If you're someone that really needs to highly medicate, you use the concentrates because they're the full strength. You're not having to go outside and smoke
plant matter
joint.
Yeah. Well, that's also in the plant matter of it. Also, is not smoking the. I think when the naysayers get a hold of it and they talk about the consequences of smoking it and that there's still tar involved in it, that's what it is. It's burning plant matter. It doesn't matter whether it be that or whatever else you smoke, the tobacco or whatever it is. But once it goes down into the concentrates and all that, it really changes the way, because you can see the color of the rig from smoking bong hits to smoking oil. It kind of tells you, like, I used to be a ciggy smoker and I switched to vaping, and people say, oh, well, it's still vaping and all that. I'm like, yeah, but I'm a nicotine junkie. That's unfortunately I got on the train and that's who I am. I'm sorry, Miss Chronic. But the switching to at least hitting the vape, I feel so much better. It's not that I feel better. I wasn't feeling bad before, but some of the aches and pains go away. I don't stink. I'm not, so.
Yeah.
So I think that concentrate way is definitely
I would agree. Definitely concentrates, edibles.
Right.
See, I think as the hemp industry opens up, and that's why I say let's use the term cannabis, is because as hemp opens up, you're going to see more of processing and manufacturing, and you're going to see things like hemp concrete, hemprete. You're going to see things like hemp plastics, hemp fiberglass, hemp resin used for the fiberglass. And there's going to be an array of products. We talk about needing to clean up the oceans and get our waterways clean of plastic and get it away from our wildlife.
That's the way to go.
That's the way to go. So I think as that industry really takes off and the federal government opens that up, I think you're going to see the plant matter become a lot more expensive. and a lot more useful in other ways, and therefore people are going to want to use their medicine more in the concentrated forms and not trying to get plant matter. It'll be too expensive.
Right.
In the long run. But when would that be? 15, 20 years from now.
Yeah.
A lot of manufacturing to get built by then.
And it's whenever you enter into a cannabis space, you all of a sudden become kind of spoiled, like this is the way it is all over the place. And the reality of it is, no, we're still a microcosm in the entire country of what's really going to happen out here. Like that state a little bit south of here. I won't use the T word here with you in the room, Miss Chronic. But the you know, there you go. That's what's going to happen is once that goes, that's going to the rest of the country is going to follow suit, and it'll be all done. And they just relaxed more. They just expanded the medical program in Texas there, which has been prohibitive for a long time, and now they're starting to. The Sooners beat them to it. Sorry, boys. You know, like that's the way it goes. A lot of that's ego, right? That's the way it's.
So Larry, think if Oregon produced 7 years of extra outdoor.
Right.
If Texas did 2 seasons, how much extra would there be?
Oh, good Lord. Right.
And hey, you know, Texas is an oil state. We talked about it taking money away from petroleum. That's something to think about too. Oil may just turn around and invest right into it.
Well, that's true, and one of the things that I think is going to really take place is the interstate commerce. Like, they don't grow, well, they might grow apples in Texas, but really the good apples in Texas are shipped from Washington. And so I think the cannabis growing states will, once they're able to distribute, that you'll see craft cannabis in Oklahoma, but it won't be as big as it is in Oregon or Washington. Just the same way, I'm sure there's apples grown here in Oklahoma, but when you're talking about that other stuff, you're talking about.
That's a good lead way. You're talking about craft. We have the Can of Craft.
Oh, there you go.
Brand here next.
There you go.
Segue into that. So they do right now 1/2 gram carts.
And this is
a really good cart too.
That's coming home with me right there. That jewel pod right there.
They've got Girl Scout cookies, Sunset Sherbet, Green Crack, AK-47, Bubba Kush, OG, Larry OG.
Yeah, where they at with the Larry OG, man? Bring it on over here. Bring it to Larry.
Yep, Larry needs some Larry OG. Just get it to his doorstep. King Louis, Third, Blue Dream, Holy Grail. And they also have a 1.1 gram cart.
1.1, just a little bit over there.
They just
give you a little bit
extra.
That's
like
nice.
Big dog vape. I don't have one here today, but they got Straw Nana, Purple Punch, White Tahoe cookies, and Girl Scout cookie on that. And then where's
the jewel pod he's got over there?
You got it. Okay, boom. The jewel pod just in time. So these are 1 gram jewel pods. They work perfectly. We've already got to test them out, make sure the product was good. They have Gorilla Glue, Blueberry, and Purple Punch right now.
Wow.
So reach out to us for those. That's pretty much a brand new launch. We're just getting them out and about. So if you're looking for a vape cart that no one else truly has right now, and you want to get your foothold in the market, give us a ring, man. We're bring it by, let you taste it.
God bless America. That's all I got to say is God bless America right there. That's like, you got jewel carts, you got it in 9 different flavors, you got it in all kinds of different arrays and formats and everything like that, and it's creating commerce all over.
Just a side note too, Can of Craft also has flour. We rep their flour for them. We don't do a lot with flour. You know, his price is what his price is. If you want it, it's there. It's tested. You know, it's good quality.
Fire is a good fire.
Yeah, he's proud of it too.
Yeah,
it's a good. We sell a lot of it though. I mean,
we talked a little bit about that earlier, right? Is there, like, it's in such a fresh market, it's tough to redistribute because a lot of people are vertically integrated. So having the extra flour on the market is not here yet. It goes.
Yeah.
It's gone, and really,
Can of Craft will have a steady, supply of flour. So that's
a very good way to explain that, Larry. You also have to think of how many of the processing companies are just getting started right now, and they're trying to buy as much trim as they can as they go through even their trial periods to get their product dialed in to make it perfect.
We seen some Tootsie Rolls online the other day. The guy was making them, and he definitely overcooked the oil, and it was just It was just giant Tootsie Rolls, and he was like, "Oh, this is the I forget what." And I'm not even going to guess it a name because I'll probably be like actually pick somebody else's name, and because like everybody's name is almost kind of relatively the same, but it looked bad, and there's going to be a lot of mistakes from the get-go, but not from the people that we've seen tonight. I'll tell you what, that Canacraft, look at that. That's real pretty on the drops there. I'm sure they're going to start doing live resin in these things. Have they mentioned that? I've seen some live resin in the jewel carts.
We've definitely been talking to the last few people about that, so I feel like that is coming.
That's on its way, yeah.
We don't have it yet, unfortunately. But.
Right. Well, the one of the things in the marketplace that is a beautiful thing is you can get from dollar rollies to $100 Canagars or whatever, even more. What's the most expensive Canagar you've seen out there yet? Has anybody sold them?
Probably about. I would imagine, just guesstimating off knowing some
like a retail
wholesale
number.
prices, probably $80 to $90, probably somewhere in there
Right.
for a really nice.
Oh, I've seen some more than that. I mean, depends on how much
Depends
flour
how many
is in
grams
there.
it is.
Yeah,
I've
how much
seen
keef
7-gram ones that I'm like, they're like $175.
Yeah.
But they're,
Getting it in.
your whole party's lit.
Yeah, we were smoking.
Forget the keg. Let's just buy the Canagar.
Yeah.
Right. That was it. It was. It lasted
Patient
between
party.
2 and 3
Patient,
hours.
patient party.
Yeah, it was 2 to 3 hours that it lasted at a Canagar we smoked in Colorado one time, and it you're like, yeah, I'm good. And then people come over, they're like, hey, what are you guys doing? Everybody's like, yeah, here, have some of this, and they'd be like, yeah, and so the Canagar is
The stories
definitely
are
something to go that way. And then what else do we have here from Canacraft? Or is that just the
That's
Canacraft
it.
line?
They also have flour too.
There you go.
They have a very good.
They got a
variety
website.
of
We can go to
flour, I think.
Canacraft there if they.
Canacraft is.
Don't know if they do yet. They might actually, but
Right.
they've got just to name a few: some cherry pie, Mendo breath, Afghani orange, Ghetto Girl,
The Blue
Pineapple
Dream.
Kim, Platinum Girl Scout cookie.
I went to high school with her.
Nice.
Pineapple Kim.
Blackberry OG, Sour Kush, Tangerine, Gorilla Glue Original, number 4, Sour Diesel. There's a bunch. So they've got a
Full
lot.
array.
Yes. And then he's got more than that, too. So he's just about to click off 100 pounds. So
And all
if
these
you need flour, we could definitely get you some good quality flour.
most of these products you can find also on Leafly or something like that, or how does that are you do,
Some
you,
of
do
them
you
are. I mean, you
advertise
got,
them here or there?
like the Emerald Leaf is Weed Map certified brand. So
There you
can
go.
And look on those. Not everybody is, but
Right.
you could go through and search just through each of the dispensaries menus. They should have that listed.
Right. I like
It costs a good amount of money to play in that game.
Yeah, that's what.
it does, and they don't even need to advertise there. They just come on to the grinder.
That's right.
And we'll show everybody all your good wares. Have you tried the new chili pepper M&Ms? Because when I saw that fire chocolate,
No.
yeah, the jalapeno
Those scare me a little.
M&Ms. That's
Are they good?
they're good. They got a
They got
kick.
a
Are they
punch to
jalapeno
'em?
flavored or
They
actually just pepper?
yeah, I don't know.
See, I would like. I like
don't know.
jalapeno flavor, but some peppers.
No, it's definitely got a. I don't think it's too much flavor. It's more just like spicy, like
He brought the first one of those over.
Spicy
and it had,
chili.
I think it was habanero in it, and it was
give you a
a
little
little
zip.
more than what I could
Carolina
handle.
Reaper pepper. That's what it was.
Carolina
Oh,
Reaper
yeah, that
pepper.
one's
That's
serious
That's what it was
business.
initially.
Well, Okies love their sauces. You know that.
I
That's
took a little
the,
nibble.
you
It
know,
was definitely all there.
right.
I am
You get
not
the
into
sweet, and then you get the fire.
spicy.
That's why
Well,
it's
that's
purple
pretty
in the
cool.
name. So
So Canacraft is a part of Emerald Leaf as well.
Oh, okay.
That would be their vape cart line.
There you go.
And Larry, did you hear that they're going to actually be at the Green Retreat?
I did. So tell us a little bit more about that green retreat if I don't know about it there, Miss Chronic.
Well, why don't you pull up some stuff to play in the background while I talk?
All right.
key the music. Please.
It's June 28th and 29th, and it's out at the Lost Lakes. And a lot of people didn't really know, or I actually didn't know anything about Lost Lakes, but it's a little hidden jewel. And basically they've got 3 different lakes available, and they have these huge slides that you can slide down, zip lining, wakeboarding. This particular event is the Uncle Grumpy's Green Retreat. It's basically to celebrate the annual anniversary of 788 passing here in our great state.
We're celebrating the ability for Full Spectrum to start their business and start being
having the ability to be sitting here and talking about all these great
What an
things.
incredible time.
Yeah,
Live,
you know, and so we're going to have a huge patient drive out there. So if anybody hasn't had an opportunity to get their medical cards yet, you can pre-register at Eventbrite. And if you'll go online and pre-register on Eventbrite, that will allow us to send you your packet before you get there. That way you can do everything from home. And so when you show up, you just check in and you see the doctor, and then you go enjoy the rest of your day out at that great park. So this is a kid-friendly event, so it's not just for adults. Anyone under 18 must be accompanied by an adult, and you can actually spend the night. There's camping available. So when you get your tickets, and actually y'all want to go up and get your free ticket for Friday because that will end at the end of this month. So it'll save you some money. Go up there to the Green Retreats website and get your free ticket for Friday, and then the price does go up next month for both Friday and Saturday. But it's going to be there's 2 different stages, tons of bands, tons of speakers, sustainable companies, not like we were just talking about, you know, things that are good for our environment, not just cannabis companies are going to be out there. If you're a cannabis company or a sustainable energy type company or product company and you haven't had an opportunity to get a booth or become a sponsor, reach out to myself or Larry and we can definitely get you taken care of. But it's going to be a good time. It's something different, you know. Sky Juice Band's going to be out there.
Sky Juice Band. These are Guardians of the Groove that are in the background there. We're gonna get some Guardians of the Groove here for tomorrow because these cats look like they're ready to just rock it out there, and there's plenty of time to do it. Whereas kind of Chronic Palooza, we were kind of time scrunched in, and so the bands couldn't play for a half hour, 45 minutes. It was more 15, 20 minutes.
Yep.
But as it looks like here, we're gonna.
Time.
And I'm all about the groove.
Yeah, it's all about the groove. So there'll be a lot of good activities going on out there. So you guys should have a great day. We're really looking forward to it.
Look forward to it, absolutely.
Yeah.
Look forward to it. We'll have some of our vendors will be out there with booths, and we'll be going around and meeting with people and explaining some of the products we have and handing out cards. So we look forward to seeing everybody out there.
Probably won't have, well, they can't have the stuff except for sale because but I was gonna say the chocolate will melt, but I was like, we can't do that out there.
That's the problem of the summer right there, melted chocolate. So.
There'll be lots of coupons and people being dispersed.
Coupons, that's the way to go with it. That's
to be able to give out goodies and giveaways and things like that. So I mean, the CBD products can be had out there. Anything non-THC can be sold, of course, because you can't sell THC products except in a licensed dispensary at this time. So any other products, though, are available to be sold. And so there's going to be lots and lots. Look at me. It looks like I am a princess.
Oh, look at that.
That was perfect.
Statue of Chronic right there. There you go. Yeah. Hold that lamp up. There you go.
It's
got to be a bong or something like that.
You're welcome to use that.
Crop that and keep that, Larry.
We'll pull that right out.
Yeah, so anyway, we're looking forward to it, and that's one of many things going on for the summer. So
that's it. I'm announcing one of the stages there. We're gonna rock out through the whole time. We're gonna have some camping. There's 2 movies each night. There's a Cheech and Chong movie, and then there's something else that's going to go on there. So it should be
like TheGrinder. We're watching it live.
Yeah.
No.
That's
Everybody wants to see that.
Yeah, no. Not out in a camping party kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
But so we want to thank Full Spectrum
Before we go, I don't want to forget our last company.
Oh, please.
We have the company out of Tulsa that we just picked up this last week. We're going to start carrying their products. But we couldn't get any products for them. They're having to do an emergency move right now due to the flooding out in Tulsa.
It's horrible.
So do you have that picture still pulled up of the products? Their company's called Good Goobity Goo.
Say that again.
Good Goobity Goo.
And say it 2 times fast.
Go for it. Tongue twister. Good goobity goo.
Good goobity goo. That sounds something good for you.
Read down kind of what they've got.
Yeah, they got some different selections. They have sativa-based gummies, indica-based gummies.
They have packs with a mix.
They have a mixed pack. They also do some cereal bars as well. They've got the Rice Krispie Cocoa Crispy. They have a Sour Patch Kid. That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, if you go to TLC Labs on Facebook, that's them. They you can see some of their products there.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Then they have pastries. They have a lemon bar, 50 milligram. All those I just mentioned were 50 milligram. 50 milligram brownie, 75 milligram brownie. Here we go. 100 milligram brownie cookie. They've got some hard candies, caramels, cotton candy.
Full array there. What do they got in there?
Elixir
What's that?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
They've got,
I'm ready to try some of
snow
that
cone
ice cream.
syrup. That one sounds good to
Snow
me.
cone syrup.
What?
That's good. Yeah. Snow cone syrup. So I'm ready to go to my favorite snow cone stand and say, "Hold the syrup."
Hold up. Wait a minute.
They're the company that makes the Sooner Punch. They've got 100
Punch.
milligram, 200 milligram, a 500 milligram, and an 1,000 milligram. 4 different flavors: strawberry, 5 flavors. Sorry, strawberry, candy apple, watermelon, grape, and orange.
What kind of flavors of ice cream they got?
No, I knew that was coming. Strawberry, vanilla, banana strawberry, chocolate chip cookie dough, mint chocolate chip, Rocky Road.
Yep, we're gonna need to get some of that, please. Gonna make us we'll have to
Miss
just.
Crown.
We don't have to make a trip to Tulsa. We'll just get it over here.
Oh, you don't have to. See,
That's
you
what I
just
said.
let
We'll
us
just
know.
get it over
That's
here.
that's
Bring it to
exactly
you.
what
That's what
Full
I'm
Spectrum
saying.
does. Is they're the manufacturer's rep, and they will
I know. That's what I said. We
take
don't
care
have
of
to go all the
getting
way there. We'll get
your
it right here.
dispensary. That's right. We've got a dispensary.
So
that
if
might be
well,
opening soon.
yes,
just
we
might
do.
wear our
We
apps.
do. We do. So, yeah, huh?
Plug.
Yeah, well, soon. We don't want to let the cat out of the bag too soon, right?
Right.
So the
So we
Good
also
things are
have some
coming.
chocolate bars on here. They have some crispy chocolate bars, some regular chocolate bars, and the 200 milligram chocolate drops. So, the list just keeps going. It keeps growing. And last
It's
but not least, they do
definitely
have suppositories. So
Goobity goo.
that's good.
that's good goobity goo stuff. right
That's
there.
good.
I
Good.
tell you.
Goobity goo stuff.
So we're, that's our one of our newest ones. We have a couple more that we're in the midst of talking with to bring on. So, if you're a processor or grower, you're looking for someone to help bridge the gap and unite you with dispensaries, we'd love to be that asset to you. We've been working with several big companies, and they've been able to trust us with their product and trust us to get the product back to patients. So we're just trying to grow.
Those are
and-
wild.
and
Those- go
build
back
our
to that one,
distribution
CD.
business. So
Look at that. That's cool molds.
Hold on. Let me put that on my head.
Hey, pineapple head. Well, that's
the other
good.
way, you get a crown.
Yeah, I can't get up that high.
It's really great to meet you guys and to see that
Yeah.
this portion of the market is being taken care of. Like you were mentioning
There you go.
before, Clay, was the that you'll be their manufacturer's rep and you'll stay out of growing weed if they
Look at that.
they'll understand the way the market really their best advantage is to find representation, because that's what you do. You don't grow weed, they grow the weed.
Right.
You help distribute it, and
we
vice
bridge the gap,
versa.
we build the
and that's
relationships
it.
and
Right.
build the bridge for them
Right.
to be able to do what they want to do. So
And
a
so
lot
the
of
grow-
people don't want to even deal with
Right.
it. This is a headache they don't want to deal with.
Right.
It's something that we're good at. It's our forte. We love the people in the community. We love the industry. We love being a part of it. We meet new people every day. Thanks for having us. And
Yeah,
It's
for
great.
sure.
Thank you so much for coming in.
And it's been even learning for us because, as a distributor, we touch and feel a lot of product, but we don't really touch and feel it. So we've got to really take some stuff out, show it with you guys today. So it's been a beneficial learning experience for us about our own product. So
A little more of what you were talking about, Larry. So before I came on with Clay, I actually had been working as the purchasing manager at Southwestern Wire and doing supply chain management. So he came to me with customers and needed a distribution company, and that's what we're doing right now is we're building the distribution company behind it and making this a very professional company that will be able to bridge that gap where manufacturers aren't overwhelmed by dispensaries and dispensaries aren't having to drive all the way over and leave their dispensaries to get their products. We'll bridge that gap and make that safe transaction for you.
Right, and that's really what it's going to come down to in this marketplace is the efficiency of your business model. So you can't really be driving around all over the world and trying to and that's the way the market's going to go with the amazing amount of material that's in the place and the choices that are available. That there's no the 1937 Smart, the Mercury, the everybody that we showed Can of Craft and everybody, they're smart for running into that model and making it happen there. And please bring them back. You're more than welcome to come back anytime. We love seeing this aspect.
We'd love to come back and show you how we've grown here in 6 months.
Yeah,
that
sure.
sounds great.
We're just excited about the future.
There you go. So let's show these guys one last time here. There we go. We'll switch them around. We'll actually get we got Clay. We've got Robert right there from Full Spectrum Healing. Definitely go check them out. Check them out online, right? Give them a call, whatever. Send them emails.
Emails
Hit
are
them up
great,
on
texts
Facebook.
are great, phone calls are great. We just get to you as soon as we can. We'd love to talk to you.
That's it. They're giving you your phone number, and you call them up. That's what I love, man. Okies, you're like, don't be texting me.
Even
Call
at
me
2
up.
a.m.
Let's
It's
talk.
all good.
Robert's already got 3 missed calls, so here we go.
There we go.
I love
That's
those late
beautiful.
calls.
When's my mom going? When are you going to get your kids?
Y'all been late. Damn, Larry and Carrie got us over here on the grinder
No, I
late.
just have a handful
We just heated
of
it up too much, you know.
Yeah, it got too hot in here.
shut it
didn't-
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. So,
Well, very exciting.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for having us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys.
thank you so much. Carrie, you got anything on the way out of here?
Oh, no. We've talked about it all.
There you go.
Good times.
There you go. So, Clay, Robert, thank you so much. Carrie, Miss Chronic, always a pleasure. Larry Reed, the man on weed. We're here with was it 23rd? I forgot what date it was. Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the 23rd of May, 2019. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with more Grinder Live. Thanks. Peace.
Good night.
Good night.
Done.
Dun,
Nice.
dun, dun.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.